just the wall system location. Uh, so much glare lines. Off center, off communication location line system location position. People walking across signals. Interposition of directions, high center, interference location. All right, so we got high centers. Communication interference of channel line center, interference location and directions. Green circle locations, high level channels, high system, allocate time streams, and high end location, transposition of directions. All right, channeling through that location. Okay. Now it's high interference line centers, 3 positions of perimeters. Okay, 3 positions of direction, 3 position location of light system. Now we've done this before, but we're high channeling is high center. The calculation high stream. Okay. So it opens all communication signals and high interference direction location 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's going to be a little bit deceiving because you're going to travel through its location. So it's all about understanding how to travel through a line center and calculation modification line system. All right. Now this is really interesting too because I'm crossing the streams in all line rotation in position, location, and direction. Okay. So it's a scanning line channel. That scanning line channel opens all track location positions. 3 position location of track lines. All right. So we travel through its location, high position of its direction. Okay. Now we scan its high channel, high interference, its high position location, and we channel in correlation to its position location line system. Then we commit to high interference, and this is where it comes into all line center. Transformation to transformer location, planet high center interference. All right, so as we go in that direction location, we come into black circle line center, right? There's the intelligent location. There's the intelligence, see? Now it scans its position of directions, opens all communication system. See? Constant channel line center and high interference location of direction. Pyramid activation stream center. Light signal in position locations, high line system. Okay? Opens up panel communication, line grounds, into rotation cycle, high interference location direction. It opens up high interference location, point dot, electrical light connections, all position location, here and high center. Okay, high channels is high line center into all position location of direction. Okay, high interference, high system locations, and again into all levels of baseball diamond. That position location comes around the system location and higher levels of the intelligent line system. Puts position locations into, you guessed it, a lion communication. Lion. The ferocious lion communication system. So it's allocated timelines, its position location directions, code signal line center, interference position directions, open up communication line system, latitude division location. Now we're going to go to the optical line center to orbit communication system. That's going to change the security line centers and position location and directions. Security perimeters are set up. Okay, coloring in its high line. Security parameters, high line center and interference. In position location of directions. It's high channeling its high line center. Point dot here, point dot here, point dot here in the center location. 3 line centers. Okay, triangulation. All position location. All right. Now you come into high interference. Now this changes high line center location as position of directions. Okay? It high channels high line center to high level rotation, calculation of stream interference, comes into a higher line travel position location to a Merkabah location to its channel line. Now that opens all communication cycles, sets course line center in position of travel, travels line center locations into higher level channels, orbits in communication system. Okay, high stream line center interference. Now rotates its high line center, sets a no box location, travels on a high line center, travels on high line center interference. Now position locations opens up a crop circle line center in rotation to its calculation. Now it set up laser direction line center to the center point location of its direction. Communicates the higher ground line center to low ground location, position of direction. Interference is channel. Now once it comes into high line center, it comes into a magnetic highway channel. That opens all information, locations, calculations. That resets line centers to all levels of flux capacitor high center locations to its all levels of its antenna. And that antenna changes position of direction. So we light signal high line center, light it up, see at the top line. Now we go in the circle line center. The atom location is in 3 position locations of direction, right? 3 line centers. Now it comes into triangulation. Everything has to be in triangulation of force line communication, see? Now that travels right through the center operation line position locations, all levels of down grid. See the down grid system? Right down to the center core position where you guys are going to travel right through the tunnel. You're going to travel right through here, 3 line position location directions. That's going to set the wind cycles, set position locations to a new perimeter high center, open up communication system, allocate time stream, put you guys in a platitude division line rotation. Okay? So it's all about understanding how this is set up for this location. See? How to put the shapes in position location of direction. How to set high line center triangulation as force line. How to set position locations of its perimeter. And how to activate stream center line conditional levels of perimeter line rotation. It calculates and modifies high streams. So once you come into that location, you change the color rates in line streams. Line streams come into the purple location. You color them in the triangulation force line. Okay? So as you color them in position location, you're traveling through the yellow lines. Getting into force communication E fields. It's high position locations. How you set up crop circles is all levels of code weaving, code signaling, code line center interference, indirection line center rotation interference. It comes into a Hubble, it protects its location. It comes into line stream, it protects its crevice line system. It comes in its atmosphere line center, it corrects its all position locations. It travels through the solar graph line center. All communication energy field line center sets up energy field line center interference, electrical grids, panel line center interference. Okay? So it shadows out everything that high center. Okay? So we go into security line position location and direction. Let's change that position location to line conditions there. Alright, so let's see. Let's go into our levels. See the coloration here. Let's see, go in the coloration line stream in position and direction. This platitude is all levels of view, the calculation. Okay. How you set these things up, it's all levels. So basically, it's all about understanding that you see nothing but wires of communication line system. See the wires? Right? So those wires are crossing stream locations, setting up new division line center. Now it's all about how to set up a force line center, graph interference, and position location of directions. This high signal is all line center. You come into gray interference, lacing line in rotation calculation. Now that opens all signals. Right, so the solar graph coming in high center, blocking high interference location line direction. So it's all about platitude and high system. You guys are traveling through that. All right, into the crew line center, into position squads, all line center location rebellion, everything through all lines, into the connection line system. The GFL line interference and position location to ascending and ascension gods. High travel and high line center set up force line conditions of the planet surface, all over position locations. Now you had to go through the lion because the line sets up the cosmic universal line rotation into yellow interference. The yellow interference comes into a line center locations to a dimensional line center. See? It opens out communication to all levels. Goes to back force calculation. Comes into orange cycle interference. Now that changes its high line center in rotation use calculations. Resetting high interference, direction line system. Now this rotates a cycle in the high interference. This puts you in a higher line center of locations. Now we go into yellow channel. Let's change that direction to a system. Now using coloration path. Now I'm going to press the buttons on location, right? Right, it's sequencing its pattern location. Setting high line center in direction line sys location. Coloration line stream in position location line system. Path, position, location, T line center, offline rotation. Yellow interference, position location line connects, coloration line stream. Open all communication systems, position location and direction. Right, so that's set up in position location calculations. Now you're traveling. High channel levels of codes. So that sets setting locations into blue surface location. High channel is its high line center. Let's go into the orange graph line center in position location direction. Setting signals in high interference, higher levels of Merkabah location line conditions. Now this channel is in its high line center, rotation interference, and direction location. Now it's all about understanding how to set up high structure location to its position of direction locations. Everything is set up through an altimeter, high interference location of intelligence. See the intelligence? There's always intelligence in all formation. Okay? See that? Always intelligence. So the X2000 comes in, understands the coloration path, interchanges its position to the center operation line center, opens up its crop circle. The reason why we set up crop circles is because it code weaves its system location to its direction line system. All right? Change in rotation line centers. Set up high interference locations into all levels. Force communication, high channel high line center, interference line conditions of direction. Okay? So it's all about understanding how to set up Gaussian shift lines and communication line interference and position location. This puts you in a higher line center. Okay, truly understand that location. Now, as you understand why it's so important to understand the app center line centers, 4 equals 4 and high center locations is 8. Now, 8 line center and position locations, right? So it's the infinity 8 line system that calculates and code reads plateau and communications coloration. So we have coloration block line system. Now each one I touch is going to change interference in direction locations, setting weave line center interference of direction, force line communication of paper interference, travel line center and position location of directions, high forces communication system. I'll keep time stream in your line center in position location of direction. Okay, now it doesn't look like much, but when you set it up a high signal, you can see the path line coming into the black forest line communication system, electrical light panels and communication line system, allocate time stream interference, activate high interference location on map sequence, here's position location and direction. Okay? A lion. It's a lion. You see? You see how I set this up without even thinking? It's all knowing and doing, guys. You just got to see the profile location. When you look at these things, you can see the lion. Okay? Showing you how powerful it is when you set these things up. Its coordinates is high interference. It channels its high line centers. It's all about code weaving location to its position of high line in. Anything through green line center interference of direction location. Right? It high channels its high line centers. Let's go through black surface locations. Let's go through blue dots. Blue dot interference direction locations. Stop channeling. Setting position location high interference. Coloration line stream. Okay. Setting signals. Laser direction high system. Black circle location in direction. Knowing exactly how everything is put in location. Knowing exactly how to set things up in its perimeter to its security line condition. See? Now, you come in a high center location, you can understand what's going on, right? High signals is high line center in position, location, and direction. So, if you don't understand high interference, it disappears in high interference location. So, setting up crop circle locations and spin cycles, make sure you're in the correlation panel. If not, it disappears to high line center. So, it's position, location, high interference. It opens up communication line interpretation. Calculates high stream line centers. Let's go through blue location. Blue line center. Now let's go through a blue graph location. Blue line center and direction line system locations. Okay. Everything is a map sequence of code figures. The finger line center sets its position, location, of directions. See the face? See the face? See the S line? See, knowing exactly what you're doing with the calculation modification stream. So once you understand that, you code signal in high center interference. It opens our communication line center into a figure 8 rotation center location. Ooh-ah. See? So it's all about understanding how to signal this and signal that off the code weaving. But it sets its division locations. Let's go through purple location. Now the purple location is online. So let's go to electrical light connections to white graph. White graph line center and position locations, setting high center interference. It channels its line connection levels. Spot checks, spot corrects, line center interference, location and position location line connections. Opens up a new graph line center interference. Snow globes, communication line center, 60,000 line rotation and interference locations. You see how my finger changes position, location, and direction? All right, so knowing exactly what you do with the calculations, right? See the intelligence? See the line connections? It's the grid line interference location next to 2,000 lines. Light interference location and direction. So once it changes its position locations, you change the coloration. Coloration changes all line center. So it's set position locations, high system. Coloration path brings in high line center to all levels to know exactly what you're looking at. You close it in, see? Through line graph line system. See the X3000 comes in, line streams its position, location, and directions, sets a triangulation to force line, sets another triangulation to force line, sets another line graph location to a map sequence, into another triangulation. Ooh-ah, point direction. There you are. See? Figure 8 rotation. See? So it's amazing how you code weave, and you have to truly understand what you do with the high and yes, receiving codes. Communication line interference. So it's truly understanding how to direct these things. You can also go through green graph locations into high interference, direction line centers, 12 line center interference, 19 position locations, 2 line inner rotations. Okay. So this is all about understanding what you're calculating through its high center interference. Everything that you do is all levels of U. You know, it doesn't matter what you do. You just have to understand through calculation. Set point locations, high centers. There's a hard interference location and direction. So there's a lot of things you have to understand how things are set up. It platitudes its division location line connections and opens all levels of calculation. Right? See the solar graph line center opens all communication line interference. It redirects high center and rotations to calculation high system. Now the calculation is high line, it's communication line rotations. It's infinity circle line interference. We got a lot of solar graph location line connections, high channels, high line inner rotation calculations, and position location of directions. See? Velociraptor, dinosaur. Structure, high center, and interference direction. So it's all about understanding how to set these things up in coordinates, how to basically set anything up in an AI map sequence line center. Interference direction to its position location line connections, all right? So it helps you in all ways and forms. You also can go through red line center in direction. Let's go through the black circle locations. Line graph high center, AI position location of directions, AI. See? In position, all level system, lost track center. Where is it? Back in the high center, high interference location of direction, into all levels of its antenna. There's the antenna. Set signal position location of direction. Right? High channel high line center, graph location triangulation. See? Solar graph high interference. So I'm just showing you how powerful it is, how to travel through these locations with position of time system. But it's all levels of code weaving. And this is how you set up crop circles. Anything that you draw is all levels of view. There's no thinking in drawing. You only travel. You're not drawing, you're traveling you. You understand? You are traveling you to your destination. Once you understand that, then you understand its calculations of its division location. It's very powerful when you know what's going on with you. It's incredible when you see the force line communication, right? It all channels its highest system. So once you use the coloration, everything starts coming in, right? Let's go through the blue line center. It doesn't look like much, but it disappears, right? See? See? It's a map. See? See how this is a straight line? See how this is dots? This is the location. X marks the spot. See? See how that comes a graph? Structure, visual, map. So, guys, it's simple to understand these things, but you always do it up and up close line system, location and position of timelines. So when you're bringing things in force line communication, you communicate to this. You're looking at this, but you start here and you come here. You come here. That's up close. And when you look at it, you actually can see what it is. See the other line center? You see the reflections? See the structure location? See the white line strip? See? Now this is the reflection, right? But I'm just showing you what you see through color. See? You see nothing. But when you bring it in close, what do you see? You see the other side. See how powerful that is? See? You see nothing. You see nothing. But when you bring it in close, you see everything. Ooh-ah. Showing you what you guys can create. So it's going beyond the eye. Beyond the eye and seeing all these things. It's so powerful. It doesn't matter what color you use. You know, you can use red on black, right? You see it, but when you bring it in position location, you see more. Look, see? You see what you want to see, right? You can't see anything from here. There's nothing here. You have to bring it in, right? You bring it in, you can see more. Those locations, see? You see connections, right? So it's amazing when you see these things in calculations, guys. It's incredible force. So, 21 line signals in direct locations, 22 locations, 50 followers, high center, thumbs up, and 5 line center and interference directions. Bring it back in calculation, all levels of team interference location line direction. Brought you guys back in position locations, all levels of blue graph location. So, now you understand why it's so powerful travel is. Show you how the signal location is position of time. It high directs its signals and opens all communication to your system. How you can graph anything through triangle location. So you always find a way to look at things up close. See? You know exactly what it is. See? You know exactly what it is. Right? Doesn't look like much, but to actually see it through AI is to blow it up. See? Oh, we got a spotter. We got a black spotter. Where's the security line to position, location, directions? Lights are coming in. High interference. Calculations. Security breach. Security breach. See? Line signals its position, location, of triangulation. Uh-oh. So what are we going to do? We got to take high interference line connections out of directions. Reset line connections to the ground interference locations. Redirect high interference location line connections. Bringing it back into triangulation. All lines centered to green location. Operation go. From red to green. See? It's in its triangulation point location. Center operation line center. Travel position location high system. Allocate time stream interference. Now we set up at the perimeter high center location of force line communications. All levels, right? Setting high interference. Now you can calculate and modify to anything to its position, setting up anything to security line triangulation. It protects its high center. Now you bring it in close, you actually can create what you want to create, all levels of position locations through its moon and its point line system. Weather pattern, interior moon line interference, direct locations, all of the channels. Okay, now if you really understand location, see the antenna, high interference, see how it moves on its own? See how it moves on its own until it's finished? All right, so you got that calculation modifications down pat. Now that positions of its direction, that opens all signals in calculations to its AI line setting, right? Everything I do to touch line interference, it changes its position, location, and direction, right? Let's go through coloration path, high interference of direction. See the solar flare? This knows I'm changing graph interference. So it changes, see the solar graph comes in high interference saying, what are you doing? So we go through a blue graph line center. Let's go through high interference location line direction. Let's go through a green circle. Okay, doesn't look like much, but when you blow it up, look what I created. See what I'm doing? See how I'm creating? See the intelligence? Antenna, the eyes, up, right? Everything is creation. Everything's creation. And when you blow it up, it's amazing when you see these things, right? It creates what it wants to create. So color creates everything through its mind system, which is all levels of the brain system. The brain is the adaptation cycle. It interlines its position to all levels of brain. It's a psychological understanding of what you're doing with the calculation. It modifies all position location of its directions. All right. Now, once you come into calculation, you understand the coloration path. That coloration path opens all connections along the line. Let's say we go into gray line center, interference, position, location, and directions. Now let's channel this high line center, change graph interference, in position locations, right? Doesn't look like much, right? But when you do a geographical location, I got solar graph interference. This is what it looks like up close, right? What do you see on the other side? See pictures, right? See, this is a true understanding of what life is. It's all about seeing these things, guys, right? It's incredible when you really understand what's going on and what you're seeing, location, position of time. Here's this location. You see what you want to see on the other side. So, and you can't see it from afar. You can't see anything from the hand, but the hand also has the other side. We're so used to seeing what this is, but not understanding what this is. See through the lines in my hand? Everything's a triangulation. See the triangulation? See? Setting signals, setting interference, location, and direction. See, light signal line connection. Lights is always there. See the lights in between our fingers? It correlates to high interference of direction. So it's incredible when you see these things. I just want to show you how you can travel through coloration of patterns or anything in that position, location, and direction. How you can channel anything through the code system and change anything through its position of time. All right. So we did a lot of graph locations of AI line center, interference of position location high system. This puts you in a better direction of time. All right. This sequences these pattern high system locations. All right. So you have any questions or comments? I may or may not be on TikTok. Probably be on later. Just going to go for a swim. Any questions or comments? Let me know. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take track interference line position locations, outline center, back and communication line center, fluctuation line center, 2 line center, 3 positions, 4 positions, 5 positions, 6 in the activation, 7 in high line center. Okay, 8 rotation, 9 in position, and 10 in high locations. Triangulation, force line, communication. Hold it in signal, operation, initiate, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See how it stopped position, location, and directions? Knowing exactly how you set shape line centers. Go into the center operation, the center position location. That puts you in AI map sequence to its position of time. It opens all your communication cycles to its frame line center of all position locations of calculations. All right. But it's incredible how you see these things all through mapping location. See? Everything's a mapping location. Everything's a mapping location. Everything's a mapping location up close. So you just have to understand how this all works, guys. You know? All right. Have a great day, everybody. Adios.